Hello and welcome back to the Rich Alvarez Show. I am your host, as always, Rich Alvarez. We have an interesting topic today, and we've discussed a little bit about this in the past with, the announcement of Disney Plus and the announcement of them taking everything off of Netflix, and, new streaming services seem to be popping up like trees, so let's dig into this a little bit more. So, we have an official title for the new HBO streaming service, and I know that's weird because HBO already has two other streaming services in the form of HBO Go and HBO Now. So what is this HBO Max? Well, apparently HBO Max is just HBO's newest attempt to take over the streaming internet by combining, a bunch of stuff that they own in collaboration with Warner Media, which is fun because Warner already had their own thing in the form of the DC Universe streaming service. Now, a lot of people like Collider today have been reporting that the DC Universe is going to be combining to be HBO Max, although that hasn't really been confirmed. The Doom Patrol thing was in the trailer. Oh, excuse me. Wow. It's a little bit of a dry day here in California. I apologize for the cough. HBO Max. It's not confirmed. Just in case any of you guys have been doing your research today on HBO Max, it's not confirmed that the DC Universe stuff is going to be in HBO Max. Although it is a very real possibility because, again, that Doom Patrol logo was in the trailer for HBO Max. So, I mean, that's at least Doom Patrol. So it's not a stretch to say that everything else could be joining HBO Max. So what is HBO Max? Well, apparently it's just going to be everything that is already on HBO Go, but include a more, because HBO was kind of restricted to, of course, for the most part, shows and movies that had premiered on HBO. And then with some other stuff that Warner Brothers owns and stuff that HBO got the license for. But HBO Max, and I'm surprised they're calling it HBO Max. Again, it should really be called like Warner Max or Warner Brothers Streaming or something along those lines. Warner Plus, Disney has Disney Plus, because this really is the new Warner Brothers streaming service, but for whatever reason they've decided to call it HBO Max. So yeah, it'll have all the things that HBO already has. It'll probably have all the DC movies and shows on it. Probably, again, not confirmed. And it'll probably have a lot of television that Warner Brothers owns, like Friends is confirmed. I don't know why people make such a big deal out of that. I mean, I enjoyed Friends back in the day, but I don't need to watch Friends for the third time. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we have Friends. It's like, cool. That show's like 20 years old now. So cool, I guess. It'll have a bunch of stuff, but here's where the real meat of my topic today is going to come in, which is, do we really need this? How many streaming services do we need? Because I remember it was only like 5 years ago or something like that where I thought all I'll ever need is Netflix. Netflix was like the one service that I needed, with maybe Hulu on the side for a few other things. It was Netflix and maybe Hulu. Now we need Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, Disney Plus, potentially HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video. That's been a huge thing in the last couple of years. It gets to the point where, are we really saving any money? Because the whole point of Netflix, or at least what we thought the point of Netflix was, we could pay a single price every month and get a ton of shows and movies. I know a lot of people canceled their cable bill after they got Netflix. They're like, well, what do I need to pay $120 for hundreds of channels when I could get whatever I want on Netflix? To pay $10 a month. It used to be just $10 a month. I think Netflix is sadly up to like 15 these days. They're like, we could just pay $10 a month and get everything we need on Netflix. But that's no longer true, because because everybody and their mom wanted to start their own streaming service. Netflix lost a lot of the licenses that they used to have, because of things like CBS All Access and Hulu getting bigger and upcoming stuff like Disney Plus and HBO Max. It's a little bit ridiculous that now you need 4, 5, 6, 7 streaming services if you want to get all of entertainment. At that point, you're paying about $120 a month, which is what you used to have to pay for your cable bill. So I ask you guys, what's the point? What is the point? Um, it's a little bit crazy. I know, like I usually, I start these things with a bit of a rant, and then I kind of I come to a culmination of a point. Sadly, there is no point today. I'm just frustrated that now there's going to be another, and because of Disney Plus and now HBO Max, it's going to inspire a bunch of other stuff. Like, what does Netflix have left? You know, like they're gonna probably even lose Riverdale, pretty soon, because apparently CW is going to be getting its own streaming service pretty soon. So it's, what, again, and listen to this, if every company, if CW has their own streaming service, if CBS has their own streaming service, HBO has their own streaming service, if everybody has their own streaming service, what is the difference between that and the channels of cable? There is none. All of these companies have just found a crazy way to recreate cable as streaming services, because they were losing money when people switched over to Netflix, and now they're going to be getting actually more money than they were before by doing everything as a streaming service. Guys, we've been had. And I have no idea how we can solve this, how we can fix this. Apparently, there's no way we can fix it. It's just streaming services have become the new cable. And if you want everything, you're going to be paying over $100. I refuse to pay anywhere close to that. I think, like I've been saying in the past, I think I will keep Netflix and probably dump everything else except for, Disney Plus. I'll get Disney Plus. I will have Netflix and Disney Plus. And everything else, I'll either go see at a friend's house who's willing to pay for it, or I just don't watch those things, because I'm not going to pay a ton of money to get all these streaming services. It's just cable at that point. It's dumb, and I hate it. Alright. I mean, I guess that was really my only thing today, but anyways, I'm going to go to the new Super Chat. I finally revised the Super Chat. We didn't have Super Chat, at all last week. And I really wanted to introduce the new Super Chat. I've lowered the Super Chats on a couple of things, so now $2 is the new fun voice. Again, that's, I will do any voice and do any line with that voice. The voice doesn't have to be from the line, if that makes sense. I'll do Gollum, and do a line from Harry Potter. Doesn't matter, any voice, any line. $5 now, I'll sing any song. I know a lot of songs. I'd be surprised if you threw out a song I didn't know, but if you guys start throwing out a bunch of old country western stuff, I don't listen to country, so I guess I wouldn't know the chorus to those. But I'll sing any chorus from any song for $5, within reason. $10, I can't even remember what I did with this, because I made this list last night. Instagram, I think it was I follow you on Instagram, and I give you a shout out in an Instagram post to your Instagram. I say, hey, with a picture of me giving a thumbs up, thanks to my fan blank for being awesome. I think that's what it was. I'm going to have to replace that with something better, but that's what it is today. I'm constantly trying to revise these things. And now, $15, you choose tomorrow's topic. All right, those are the new Super Chats. And now, I'm going to start answering live chat, but, apparently, I'm not going to read the beginning of it because somebody warned me. They said, why don't you guys listen to what Rich has to say, which suggests that everything before that comment is not relevant. So I will start after that one. Angela, and that was Michael P. Thanks, special shout out to Michael P. for pointing that out. All right, Angela Ziegler says, no more streaming services. But again, if we had no more streaming services, then we'd have to go back to cable. Or, I don't know, something. Nintendo Box 64 says Netflix knew way before anyone else. Yeah, they were ahead of the game. Alfred Whitaker says, Free Country Mate, I'm listening and typing to people in chat. So maybe referencing that other conversation. Let's see here. Yep. Angela says, I don't like the topic. Sorry, Richie. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a bummer. But that's been what the main news topic has been on media sites today. It's just that HBO is coming out with this HBO Max, and it's going to... Oh, I forgot to mention this. Apparently, it's going to cost $16 or $17 or more dollars per month for HBO Max, which is way higher than Disney Plus says it's going to be $6.99 out the gate. I'm choosing you, Disney Plus. Anyways, yeah. So I'm sorry for the sort of sad topic today, but you know, it's entertainment news. This is what we do here on the Rich Show. It's entertainment news, and sometimes the news isn't fantastic. You know, one day I'm talking about how great Spider-Man Far From Home is, and the next day I might be talking about how the entertainment industry is trying to screw us over. You know, so it's a day-to-day thing here, guys. It's a day-to-day thing. Nintendo 64 says, unlike cable, you can switch around streaming services whenever you want. Well, for the most part, sometimes they try to screw you over or actually hold onto your credit card information, which is scary. Let's see here. Yeah, Nintendo says CW is not getting a streaming service. They're owned by Warner Brothers and CBS. And yes, they are owned by Warner Brothers, but they are actually getting their own streaming service for whatever reason. Angela says, stop with all the streaming service crap. Man, you guys really don't want me to talk about streaming services today. I guess should have picked a different topic. A tough crowd. Let's see here. July 7th was Danny Jacobs' 51st birthday. He is the voice of King Julian. Oh, awesome. Marty Man says, I'm not that crazy on donations. Oh, well, that's too bad. Vampies for Life 24 says, oh, to something. Nintendo Box 64 says Netflix has a huge amount of debt. That's what I've heard. Yeah, that's the rumor circling around. Hockey Song says, you think all of the Game of Thrones prequels will succeed? Also, we have too many streaming services right now. Well, that's hard to say. It depends on if the Game of Thrones prequels can stand on their own. I loved Game of Thrones. I don't hate that last season like a lot of people do. I didn't think it was as good. I was somewhat disappointed with the ending of Game of Thrones, but I didn't hate it. But I will admit that it kind of killed any enthusiasm I had for future spin-offs and prequels. I don't really care about prequels, guys. In general, unless a prequel is amazing, I don't really care. You know, I actually like the Star Wars prequels against popular opinion, but that's because I love Star Wars so much. I didn't care for the Hobbit movies very much. And I'm not really interested in what came before. Like, Game of Thrones, as we know it, represents the culmination and, like, the most epic part of the story of Game of Thrones. Like, we kind of know some stuff that happens before, but I don't care. It wasn't important enough for George R. R. Martin to make that his main time period in Game of Thrones, so why are they bringing that back now? I don't care. Tell me what happens after Game of Thrones, please. I don't care what happens before. So, I'll watch it, but am I that interested? No. Will it succeed? Depends. If people are still interested by the time it comes out. Yeah. Angela says, that much for a streaming service? That is idiocracy. Yeah, the $16, $17. Let's see, everybody's just kind of talking to each other. Yeah. Hockey Song reminds us that Disney Plus is $6. Or maybe it's question mark, so maybe he's referring to me. Yeah, Disney Plus is only going to be $6.99 a month, guys. That's the one I'm going to get. That's the one we should all get because Disney owns like half of the entertainment industry. There's no reason not to get Disney Plus. It's a great deal. For $6.99 a month, you get basically everything. You get Disney movies, Pixar movies, Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, and so much more. It's really the way to go. I mean, at least it's everything I like. You know? Angela says, even Netflix doesn't have any of my favorite anime movies and TV shows. Yeah, well, they've lost a lot of stuff. I actually find more of my favorite animes on Hulu. But now, again, that's another thing I didn't mention before. Now you have to get freaking Funimation and like Crunchyroll to get all the anime. So even they have their own streaming services. It's a crazy world we live in, guys. Nintendo says, I think some services may survive, others won't. CBS All Access won't last. Yeah, because CBS All Access, please CBS All Access, please go away. Angela says, I love Star Wars so much. I agree. Jay, ImagineX888888 says, so are there things with these streaming services now where you have to pay for the service and then also pay an additional fee to get more of their shows and movies? Yeah, there actually is that kind of going around. Like, if you get Amazon Prime, it's like, oh, thank you for getting Amazon Prime. Now pay an additional $5 for Stars on Demand and this other thing on demand. So it's like, yeah, I have started to see that in streaming services where now you have to pay a bigger premium for other stuff. And I really hope that doesn't catch on because that's going to be terrible. All right, Marty Man has super chatted $2. And he wants me to say a line as Merlin, the Merlin character from our show, Stupid Mario Brothers, I'm assuming. Let's see, Merlin had kind of a... Yes, Mario, kind of quasi-European accent. Mario, you are the chosen one. That's the line he wanted me to say. I hope you're happy, Marty, man. Nintendox64 says, before the government gets knocking on Disney. Oh, you don't think that the government and Disney are already in bed together? Angela says, I was dubbed by Fanimation to saw cuz words. Oh, I see. You're mixing it up because it's making fun of a Funimation dub. Marty Man says, Big Brother does live a lot, but mostly on eviction days. Alright, guys, I'm only going to be live for a couple more minutes. So get your chats in now. Let's see here. Angela says, if Marvel decides to make a solo Rogue film, I will be happy. And again, yeah, Marvel and Disney, Marvel Studios, they have the X-Men rights. I would love to see a Rogue, we're talking about Rogue. Wow! Guys, I still haven't replaced the clapper. It's still there, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Rogue is one of the best X-Men. She was played by Anna Paquin in the Fox movies, but, she's totally not like... please, I'm just praying that the Marvel Cinematic Universe reintroduces the X-Men sooner than they say they're going to, because those characters desperately deserve to be played better and portrayed better. Because Rogue, especially, nothing against Anna Paquin, and a couple of those X-Men movies are pretty good, but Rogue was supposed to be so much stronger of a character, and more, I don't just mean, powers-wise, I mean just her personality and everything, too. I would love a solo Rogue film, but I do think a solo Rogue film should come after whatever X-Men movie they're going to do first, so we'll see. Hockey Song says, I'm pretty sure every big corporation like Disney is in bed with every big government. Well, yes and no. Marty Man says, the problem with $2 donos for voice lines is that you can only hold 50 characters. Oh, is that the thing? I didn't realize that. Maybe that's something I learned about Super Chat now. Is the $5, does it, do you get to add more characters as the Super Chat goes on? Because I'm just saying, if you want me to say, well, maybe that's the thing, because I thought that $5 was a little high for the fun voice, but I guess that's what you're going to have to do. If it's $2. It's $2. If you want me to say a longer line, then you should Super Chat more, but I'm leaving it $2 because you shouldn't have to pay more than that if that's all you want me to do, especially if you just want me to say, a little line, but you can Super Chat more if you want me to say a longer line, and then it's just the same as it was before. So it's up to your discretion. Angela says, like Supremacy said, remove the clapper. Angela says, I agree, except Deadpool and Wolvie. I love Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Well, Hugh Jackman is done. He has retired from the character permanently because he wants to move on. Ryan Reynolds is still our Deadpool as far as we know. Disney says that, under the Fox banner, we are going to get more Deadpool movies, but they're not going to be connected to the cinematic universe because it's a rated R series. But they're still going to make them, and probably with Ryan, I don't know why they would change that. It's going to be Ryan Reynolds. But, yeah, for the rest of the X-Men, they really need to reboot. And yeah, we will be getting... They've been looking for a new Wolverine. We're going to get a new, younger Wolverine, but, no casting details have been announced yet. Hockey Song says, you think that Tarantino will still make his Star Trek film? I mean, he's been talking about it like he is, so I guess we'll see. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for being here and being my fans. I see on my stats right here there was a significant drop-off about a minute into the video, and that's probably when I was coughing. I got to get a big old glass of water before I start this show so I'm not coughing on live stream, because I guess that's a huge turnoff, apparently, for a lot of people. So I apologize for coughing earlier in the stream. What a bummer. Alright, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.